After being out of the ring for a little over a year, Caleb Plant makes his return. Now, mind you, he had suffered a loss against Canelo by stoppage. Then he turned around and fought the Mexican Monster, and he was beaten by decision. Now, what I saw out of Caleb Plant in the first fight against Canelo, many said that his gas tank betrayed him. Some say he just gave up. He still respected Canelo too much. But he showed grit and determination against David Benavidez. He went through a battle, got to the end, and took a loss. Now, McCombie, touting knockouts upon knockouts, tough guy, swings for the fences, puts what he got in every punch put behind it. Unorthodox, some might say a little close to wild. Gave Caleb everything he could have wanted in the beginning of the fight, pushing Caleb back, landing good 13 shots. We saw Caleb go down to the canvas 3 times. Now, one of those times I can say I think their feet got crossed up. You know, I won't argue with anybody about the other times because they really don't matter. Caleb made some adjustments in the fight that were quite telling. One, he put the fight in a phone booth and he started landing some good inside shots, punishing shots. And it proved to work. As I say, Caleb showed grit and determination. He put it together. He's been up under the so-called bright lights before. You know, he's fought Canelo, then he fought Benavidez. Both of those lit pretty brightly. So this was, dare I say, routine now for Caleb Plant. This also should set up a good fight, dare I say, with Edgar Berlanga. I'll talk about that later. But what I do want to say is here, cheer, cheer, hats off, salute to Caleb Plant for going out there and stopping McCombie. That's right, he stopped him. McCombie got unlucky by throwing a punch up against the ropes and got his hand caught in the ropes. Oh, and that was the beginning of the end because Caleb started teeing off on that man and the referee stepped in and stopped the fight. So with that being said, do you think Caleb Plant is back? I can say he never really went anywhere. He just planted his feet and started to try to make a push. Let's see where it takes him. All right. So we get to the main event. I'm going to have to show out right here. Let me be one of the first. Take this off. Let me be the first to say I did a video saying that Edgar Berlanga would probably give it up between round 5 and 9. I would like to say to Edgar Berlanga, my apologies for misreading and not believing you can do what you did last night. That being said, Edgar Berlanga started off slow. I'd say stiff. Maybe the lights probably got to him a little bit, but he overcame that. After Canelo dropped him was a telling tale because the young man got up and began to fight, in my opinion. And he started giving Canelo a little work. He actually stood in front of this man and battled with him time to time. Showed he has hard determination and grit. And he also showed that he was not going to respect Canelo in the ring like most of the fighters we see get in the ring with him, just overly respects the man and gives him so much respect to the fact that they just give up the fight in so many ways. But Edgar Berlanga did not do that. Edgar fought And I congratulate him. I take my hat off to him. And I believe that this young man, if he goes back to the drawing board, not throwing, scrapping everything away, because the fight with Canelo, he should be able to build a lot. First of all, pay attention to sharpen his skills. Let's say that. Because I see he has an eye for being on defense. He protected himself quite well in a few times against Canelo, especially when he was complaining to the referee and Canelo threw a punch and he blocked it, which I respect Canelo for throwing the punch, because you're supposed to protect yourself at all the time. And the referee didn't tell y'all to stop fighting. So Canelo did what he was supposed to do. But Berlanga, surprisingly, protected himself at that time. And that lets me know that if he goes in and really buckles down, I don't know who trains the young man, but I would say that they should tighten down on little nuances in the fight. Going to the body would be a good thing for Berlanga, because he really didn't go to the body much at all against Canelo. I think I saw maybe 4 or 5 punches, and I think that's being generous of going to the body. He was practically going straight for the head. But as I say, Canelo being Canelo, he kept putting pressure on him, mental pressure, a lot of mental pressure. And the young man didn't break. He bent. He bent a lot, but he didn't break. And for that, I got to give a lot more respect to Edward Berlanga. Like I said, I misread him. I said that I thought he was going to give up. He would change his attitude in the fight between 5 and 9. And he did. He changed his attitude, all right, but he changed it for a battle. He went on and said, I'm not laying down. I'm not going to just let Canelo do me any kind of way. And if I must say so, I will. He did a hell of a lot better than Charlo did for the culture. Now, if you're going to go out there and you're going to take a loss, at least lose like Berlanga did. Berlanga does need to hold his head down. He does not need to hold his head down at all. Keep his head up and keep on pushing. I believe the young man will be a champion. I think he's going to be hard to deal with, especially if he goes and tighten up on the little things in his game. And watching himself against Canelo will be a great builder for him, because he fought what many considers the face of boxing, or one of the pound for pound best in Canelo. Canelo ain't no punk. Let me not disrespect it in so many ways like that. You know, I give Canelo, I razz him a lot, but the man can fight. He does know what he's doing. He has skills. And when you go out there to beat him, you got to go out there to beat him. And Edward Berlanga fell short in one way, in one aspect of the game, but I do believe that he'll be back. Now, because of what Caleb Plant did against McCombie, yes, I know Edgar didn't beat Canelo, but I think Caleb Plant versus Edward Berlanga would be a good scrap. It would be a good scrap. It would be a good scrap for Berlanga coming up. Caleb just got to win. Yeah, I know Edgar is coming off a loss, and you don't really want to see fighters coming off of a loss going into a fight. But this fight, they already got a history. They already got a little bad blood bubbling. So I think it would be a good fight. It would be a chance for Caleb to show if he's really mastered not burning up the extra energy and being able to go the distance and finding ways to win. Berlanga has already shown us he can go the distance. He can get up off the floor and continue to fight. I believe he and Caleb have shown that. Berlanga needs to show that he is tightened up and he can be a little more ready for the technical side of the fighting. I think he has the brawl down pretty good, but he needs to get his technique a little tighter. These are my guesses. These are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I'm eager to hear. With that, I'm going to go ahead and say MZ finna be out. Holla.